Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for This Week in Walkens World. And here's your host, the one, the only Christopher Walken.
I'm Chris Walken here, your messenger from amongst the stars. Let's get down to brass tacks here. You know, a lot of you have seen my movies. You've probably seen most of them. Joe Dirt, that's a great cinematic adventure. A few of you have seen Catch Me If You Can. Everybody always talks about the mice and the cream. Aye, friends, I am that second mouse. Some of my biggest fans have seen more of the obscure movies. If you, listener, are one of those fans, you know about Communion, one of the greatest films I've ever had a chance to be a part of. It's a great film, and if you haven't seen it, see it. It blows, a lot of movies out of the water. Because it was a movie based on an autobiography by Whitley Strieber, who's a science fiction writer in the 80s. But what you're not catching, I don't know if you caught it, is I said autobiography. In this film, Whitley Strieber is abducted by aliens. That's right, take a moment, sink it in. I said aliens. Little blue ones, big tall ones with weird-looking eyes. It was about it, man. But what few people know is that me and Old Wit, we got something in common. We both have seen firsthand the cruelties of an alien abduction. Shortly after the film, I was taking a brief siesta from filmmaking and from acting. So I went camping in New Hampshire. Why New Hampshire, you ask? Because of camps. I'm on my way up from New York to New Hampshire. It's not that big of a drive, but I was taking my time in my Dodge Dakota, and my truck ran out of gas. I said, oh man, there ain't no gas station around here. So I had a tent in the back. I decided, hey, I might as well camp out, see if I can find some sort of gas station along the way tomorrow. It was 2:30 in the morning, and I started pitching my tent, and all of a sudden, I see these bright lights circling around me, and I look up in the sky, and you guys, you're going to say, oh, Chris, you're lying to me, man. You didn't see them. I know what I saw. I saw lights in the sky. And let me tell you something, man. You may think that these flying saucers don't exist. I saw one. That saucer came down, hovered above me, and shot me right up. There was no defending myself. I was floating. I felt like a mermaid floating. Anyway, they took me above in their ship, and man, I was scared. Nothing scares Chris Walken. These aliens creep me out. They didn't exactly look like the aliens that you see, on X-Files. The ones with the weird-looking eyes, and they're all big, and they got a giant bald head. No, man. They were wearing huge suits. Giant red and orange suits. And they had helmets on, and I couldn't see their faces. But they made one fatal flaw in their close encounter with the Chris Walken kind. They didn't strap me down. I took my right hand, and I went right through one of their face shields, and shards of glass tore that alien's head apart. People don't understand the fury that lies behind these arms, and the passion that lies underneath this skin. Nobody is going to take Walken out of his camping trip to probe him. No, that doesn't happen. Listen, I went through that ship like a hot knife through butter. Immediately, I took that one alien out, and I took his gun. I went side to side throughout this ship in their little sick operating table. I took them all out. It was like a bull in a china shop, only it was a Walken in an alien shop. I went berserk, and I figured, if all I'm doing is killing these guys, I'm never going to figure out how the hell to get off this ship. So I made a quick decision. I've seen Star Wars. I know that alien ships have escape pods, and that every alien ship has an energy source that's running it. These aliens made, correction, 2 mistakes. They had a big button in English that said energy source. So I punched a hole through it, and the ship started falling. I was like, man, I gotta get off of this crazy train. So I hightailed it out of there, got my butt in an escape pod, and I landed safely back on Earth. The story has upset me. I'm out. Turn off the equipment. I'm done. Can't believe I told this story. I'm freaked out. I'm never going camping. Again. Again? No. It can't be. No. Ah!